Yes, sir. Welcome back to another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by Betting Pros. You know me, you know the voice, you know the guys. Me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. A good day in the association. It could have been an amazing day. Oh man. And you know what? This is why and I feel like I have to start putting a little bit. I feel like I'm right there. I feel like I'm right there on the cusp of a great NBA season because I feel like I'm starting to see the board right. I just got to get the conviction behind some of these picks because man, granted, yes, the under 214 in the Pistons and Heat game didn't go. It wasn't even close. I think it was dead by regulation, and then they ended up playing a high scoring overtime period. So it was just never no shot in that. But with all of that, man, I really wish I put money on the Pistons, man. If I were to win the Pistons bet, and granted, or if you check out my other show, NBA Gambling Podcast, I did take Pistons minus 3.5 as my dog, but I didn't have a play on them regularly just to win on the money line. And I don't know why. Why did I take the adjusted dog price and not save myself with the money line price? I have no idea because that would have been an amazing way to cash the Pistons. Eric Spoelstra, a veteran head coach, calls a time for wait, no, rewind. The Pistons call an out of bounds play. 1 second left on the clock. And I mean, protect the rim. Don't let them get a lob. If they have any other shot, all right, defend it, contest it, you live with it. You don't let them have a lob. So not only did they get a lob to the basket to Jalen Duren and take the lead or tie the game, but then you call a timeout in frustration and you give them the free throw to win the game. Oh man, I'm really, really kicking myself, man. That was a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. I'm gonna try not to miss any more opportunities, but that was a missed opportunity. It is what it is. I didn't pick Pistons, so I don't get to brag about it. But man, I wish I had that one. I really wish I had that one back. Nonetheless, we still had a 2 in 1 day because Carl Anthony Towns is here on the New York Knicks, and he's not folding under pressure just yet. We'll see what happens when he gets into a shooting slump and New York media gets on him. But right now, Cat is hooping, and he took it to Joel Embiid again, cruised over his points, rebounds, and assists. Didn't even have to sweat that. Then we talk about the Phoenix Suns who just went in there and just handled business. Like this, that's literally what I expected. I didn't think that the Suns were going to go in there and look amazing and like completely utterly destroy the team, but I just felt like that was a short number that they could cover, and I mean sure enough they did. And I was never worried about the laying the 3 at all with the Suns. So very, very, very I am just confused on people that took the Jazz. I have no idea how you can get behind this Jazz team. It just doesn't seem like they have any business of, or they're even trying to like cover or win some of these games. Like they're just not a good basketball team. Very, very quietly, Cooper Flag could probably be in a Jazz uniform next year. All right, 2 in 1 day, pretty good. I was hoping for 3-0, but it's all right. I got 3 picks here today. So before we get to that, though, gotta remind you all about the Discord. Get into that Betting Pros Discord, bettingpros.com/chat to get into that Discord. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff coming up. And the Discord, we're gonna have a whole bunch of opportunities that's only for folks in the Discord. If you're a listener to the show, I guess now we can. I mean, what's this, episode 56? I guess we can kind of say long time listener if you've been listening since episode 1 or whatever. I drop plays in the Discord on the weekend, so you have access to those bets in the Discord. You have access to me and everybody in Betting Pros in the Discord. So make sure you take advantage of that Discord, bettingpros.com/chat to get into that. That is bettingpros.com/chat. Alrighty here. I have three plays, three in the NBA, one side, two player props. Let's go ahead and get into it here. I'm gonna give out the side first. So we're gonna jump around and we're gonna go out to the late game where we have the Minnesota Timberwolves in a back-to-back game set on the road, literally back-to-back days, playing against the Portland Trailblazers, who they played yesterday, and they got destroyed. The Trailblazers ran them out of the gym. What was the final score in that game? It was like 122. Yeah, 122 to 108. Absolutely destroyed them after the Timberwolves handled business last week, I think it was. Yeah, on Friday, actually, not even last week. That was really a few days ago. On Friday, the Timberwolves beat them at home 127-102. And then the Trailblazers come back at home, handle business 122-108 in NBA Cup play at that. Now, not an NBA Cup game, but nonetheless, we have the Timberwolves here laying. Is this right? Did I just find a line that's better than the line I got? That's not right. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I see a 6.5 here. Clearly, if somebody finds a 6.5, I would love that. I got 8.5. I'm not for certain if that 6.5 is a real line. It says it, but I don't see anybody anywhere where I can bet it. So nonetheless, if you see a laying 6.5 with Minnesota, absolutely hammer it. But I'm laying 8.5 here. And a lot of smart people that I know yesterday were on Minnesota, and they thought it was I mean, think about the Chauncey Billups press conference. If you haven't seen that, please go to X and just search Chauncey Billups. It's going to pop up in the videos. He destroyed that team for this Trailblazers team, saying that they're horrible, lack of effort, and all of that, blah 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 blah. Coach talk for this team sucks and they need to get it together. And it was like he was trying to light a spark under his team, but it felt borderline. And so I was like, well, they could respond, positively, or they could respond negatively. How does that really go? I stayed away from it, but a lot of smart people I know were on Minnesota, and I agree. I did like Minnesota. It just wasn't enough for me to bet it. And then I realized that this was a back-to-back game set, and that means it's a deja vu game. And what are the deja vu principles here? You take the dog in the first game, and then you back the favorite to cover the number and destroy them in the second game to kind of make amends for losing a game that they probably should not have lost in the first place. Well, guess what happened in game one? And I wish I had realized it and just went ahead and went all in on the Trailblazers. But man, the Trailblazers are a bad team. I just don't know how you can bet them. But Trailblazers, 9-point dog, get the win outright, absolutely destroy them. Now this feels like a bounce back spot for Minnesota. Uh, Julius Randle was not able to get going in that game. I think Julius Randle is a key piece. He's the second best player on this team. He has to score with Ant. Ant had a relatively quiet day. 26 points is quiet for him. I think that he can be closer in the 30-point spectrum here today. And then nonetheless, they hit 18 threes, people. I mean, if you look at the final box score, they shot above 50% from the field and from three. They hit 18 threes. I mean, good luck. Good luck stopping anybody that's just casually going out there and hitting 18 threes in a game and thinking that you're going to win. Like that's just not easy. And despite everything that Minnesota had going wrong for them, they still shot 50% from the field in the game. Like it wasn't like they were foreign to scoring. They was very effective in their shots. It was the fact that they weren't getting as many shots up as the Trailblazers, and the fact of the Trailblazers were hitting everything from three. So with that, I expect regression on the Trailblazer side. I think that Ant and can lead the Ant and posse and group all the way back from a really, really disappointing game in the first game and right the ship. Get a nice, comfortable. I'm not saying that this is gonna be not gonna be close. I think it is gonna be close for a good majority of the game, but when we get down to the 4th quarter, that's really where they're gonna pull away. And so I like the Timberwolves to get it done here. I'm gonna lay the 9. I think that they right the ship. I'm not concerned about the big number. I think that this is a pretty good spot where the Timberwolves can kind of go all out, get a day of rest, and for the next game, and again, just beat up on a bad team that they really shouldn't have lost to in the first place. So I like the Timberwolves get it done, laying 9. It's play number 1. Play number 2, going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are Whoa, where are they playing at? There we go. They're on the road playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who just played last night. Cavs are laying 8.5. 217 is total. This play, I am going to the prop bet cheat sheet. Make sure you get that prop bet cheat sheet over there in the Betting Pros app, wherever you get your apps in the app store. I'm telling you, I'm giving you out one play on the prop bet cheat sheet. If you want more, download the app for free and go get them for free because they're all here for free in the Betting Pros app for free. That I'm trying to tell you for free. You can get for free. You don't have to ask me what I'm doing because you can go get the Betting Pros app and check the prop bet cheat sheet because yes, I am picking a play that I like, and well, a play that I already like and the prop bet cheat sheet likes, but you can get a lot more. So go get that Betting Pros app right now. All right. So nonetheless, Jared Allen, over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So we've been backing Evan Mobley here as of recently on the podcast, and I've had a great time of it. And when I thought about Joel Embiid playing in this game or not playing in this game, because right now, as of time of recording, Joel Embiid and Paul George are unlikely to play. Maybe they are playing. It looks like Joel Embiid is now is now going back on his he's never playing back to backs comment after everybody just completely destroyed him for saying he's not playing back to backs. I mean, Shaq, Charles, everybody was on him about saying he was never doing it. And now we have here Joel Embiid saying, I know I said I'd never play back to backs, but I'm a troll. So, like, nonetheless, I don't think he's playing. I don't think Paul George is playing. If Joel Embiid does play, it probably still doesn't matter because he didn't look that good in the first game anyway. Nonetheless, Evan Mobley's points and rebounds are now at let me see here. Evan Mobley's points and rebounds are now at 27 and a half. That is way higher. 3 points higher. So and some points even 5 points higher than any points and rebound line that we've been playing for Evan Mobley. Granted, Evan Mobley's been great. I'm so happy with Evan Mobley, especially because I'm an Evan Mobley fan, and I've been preaching that Evan Mobley was a great player, and I have a future on Evan Mobley to win most improved player. Very big Evan Mobley fan. Nonetheless, buy low, sell high. This is a pretty high selling point in Evan Mobley at 27 and a half. Whereas I go and I look at Jared Allen, who I think also has a plus matchup inside of the paint, who I also think can dominate on the glass, get a lot of offensive rebounds that also come up to second chance points, who's also a really good passer out of the post and outside of the painted area as well. His points, rebounds, and assist line is at 24 and a half. W I mean, that is a discount compared to anything you have gotten this season. Listen to these lines that they have set his points, rebounds, and assist line at. 28 and a half, 27 and a half, 28 and a half, 26 and a half. There's a 25 and a half in there, 30 and a half, 28 and a half, 27 and a half, multiple times again. Like, we have never seen him get a line this low. And in fact, if you look at it, he's been over this in 8 of his 12 games this season. Yeah, in 8 of his 12 games this season, he's been over 24 and a half rather easily. So The prop bet cheat sheet gave this a 5-star bet rating, 76% cover probability. They're projecting, not Evan, I'm sorry, Jared Allen. They're projecting Jared Allen to have 29.1 points, rebounds, and assists in this game. I like this prop. I think that it's a very good angle, one, to just back another big against Joel Embiid if he does play, because he is a step or two slow right now as he's working his way back, especially on the defensive end. And also, if he doesn't play, I think that Jared Allen has even more reason to have a really big game going up against Andre Drummond. I think he can still have a good day on the glass. I think he can still be able to get second chance points, putbacks, and the pick and roll with him and Garland and him and Donovan Mitchell is still really live here as well. Like, they create plays for Jared Allen as well. I think this is a good spot. I'm taking Jared Allen over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists, play number two. And to wrap things up really quickly, yes, I'm going back to my New York Knicks. Knicks are at home in one of their few home games that they've had this point up to the season, playing against the Chicago Bulls, laying 8.5. Real quick here, I'm taking Miles McBride over 10.5 points. He's been really, really solid this year, stepping up into that six-man role for the New York Knicks with Dante DiVincenzo leaving, with Josh Hart ascending to the starting lineup. They kind of needed somebody to jump into that six-man role, and he's done pretty well at it. He had a really good game last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, coming off a questionable tag, able to score 15 points in that game. I like him to go over 10.5 here. Uh, the prop bet cheat sheet actually does agree as well. They gave it a 70% cover probability, and they expect him to get 13.8 points in this game. You look at what he's done against the Chicago Bulls, who are a bad defense, and he has had success against them in the past. He has a 19-point game against them last season. I think this is an opportunity where, in an expanded role, he can get more consistent, continue to get his shots up, and then be effective, because this Bulls team does not play defense, especially to the guard position. They're giving up 24.5 points to the guard position. I think that this is a really good spot for McBride coming off of the bench to be able to have a really good game, show out, and attack a bad Bulls defense. So give me Miles McBride over 10.5 points. I like Jared Allen over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and the Minnesota Timberwolves in a bounce back game laying the 9. There we go. That's it, people. Make sure you give me a follow at really real __. Give me a follow at Betting Pros on X and TikTok at Betting Pros NFL and YouTube.com/Betting Pros. With that, make sure you drop a comment. Get your chance to win that Muggsy Bogues signed autograph jersey. All right, that's it. Gone a little bit long. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. Hey, drop your plays in Discord too. Curious what y'all on, especially if you have anything degenerate. I might want to tail it. We're out of here.